flood.
Yeah. We're on the bus heading towards the Ark in the pouring rain.
Here we are, walking to the Ark, and that's it right there. And it's raining. It's gonna. See, there's already a little flood started right here. See?
Right over there.
There's a restaurant. There's zip lining. They have zip lining for the Ark to help you get to the Ark faster when it's flooding. It's really something else though. The thing's huge. Gopher wood. Man, it is a muggy day. That is something else. I'll be darned. Grandpa, you said you saw an outboard motor on there?
It looks like it.
Yeah, man. Me shooting Dad, Grandpa.
Do you know what an inboard outboard is?
Yeah, that's the motor built on the inside of the...
An engine. That's
Yeah,
what,
the engine.
19-foot boat had an inboard outboard. You don't see them anymore.
No.
And it was a lot easier to handle. It dug a lot, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, better put this camera away before it gets
the
ruined.
inboard outboard. They had it, well, because they...
All right, here we are. This is the side of the Ark, Dad. This is what it... You see? Look, Grandpa, that's the side of the Ark. That's how it was built. Because I'm the only one that's interested in that.
Well, we may come back. Thank you. Okay, yeah.
Thank you. Look at this. Louis Noah's wife. Read that in the Bible. See? Where they had the cages, Grandpa. Look, the water for the animals. Yes, they drop food in here.
All this?
Yeah, the animal cages. Look, they put with
That's where
it's a water dripper.
the poop goes.
A water dripper.
Oh, yeah?
I guess they drop food in here.
I guess.
Me and Dad were saying that. How do you know that there wasn't tastier animals on the Ark that we just never saw because Noah's family ate them? They got hungry. Wow, look at this. Yeah, we're gonna have to go up the stairs. I don't know. Grandpa loves to just run away. Freaking 95 years old and just gets away fast. I don't know where Grandpa went. So you can't really see that well. I think they do that by design, but these are the small reptile cages. And they, pretty interesting. Look, Grandpa, they got animals over here. This is where they kept the dinosaurs. What in the heck is that? That's a manatee lizard? Manatee lizards. Look at these things. These are cool. These are like dragon frogs. Dragon frog.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of cool. Huh. You know, kind of have a feeling that they make it dim so the cameras don't work that well, you know?
So what?
So people aren't shooting videos of it that well.
Well, that's going to take great footage. I'll tell you that. It's a great camera for indoors, light, everything.
Look,
Just go real slow, otherwise it's going to refocus.
this is how the dad survived the flood.
Yeah, exactly. I noticed
This is how the dad, the bear kind, the bear kind.
the bear kind.
Look at this thing. The sloth kind. Deer kind. It makes you wonder
What?
how many of these animals went extinct on the ark because they got hungry.
I think there was a certain amount of hibernation.
Yeah, that could be true.
Think about this. Look at how much room there is.
So I was saying, there's a lot of room.
You know, I mean, look, we got cages over here.
And this-
cages here, like, look at,
And this must have been their water storage.
yeah, I don't know. I think so. You know?
And they were saying that they could have rain collectors. I mean, that's a lot of.
Yeah, that's another thing. Rain collectors would probably be good because, you know, you're going to get.
Well, and they drip down into the water holders. I mean, they have to do something because 8 people doing all this.
There's way behind us, okay? So. Look at this.
They should have. Oh,
This
the
is a
bats.
bird.
These are the bats. They're bats.
Yes.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I mean, they must. You'd have to have an intricate understanding of how these animals lived to be able to take care of
That's a
them.
good point, but you know, I'm not. You know.
It was only, I mean, I'm
No
sure
books
God,
to read, you
God,
know,
God, gave them the knowledge. But I mean, you live 600 years. You probably did have an understanding about a lot of things.
Right. Especially if
Tell you what,
everything was on one
there's a
continent.
lot more than 8 people working here. So
Yeah. No wonder their charges so much.
600 years, you probably did have an understanding about a lot of things.
Right. Especially if
Tell you what,
everything was on one continent.
there's a lot more than 8 people working here. So
Yeah.
Noah didn't need to bring these.
They're in the ocean.
Look, it's a
We were just
sturgeon.
We were just saying how they're using. I mean, obviously the Bible doesn't tell how the cages were, but this is a good guess.
I built. Look at that, Grandpa. They built AC systems too. This is cool, man. I like this. The Ark's lumber. Gopher wood. Noah made the Ark out of gopher wood. We cannot be certain what modern tree, if any, corresponds to the timbers used to build Noah's Ark. The term gopher, found in Genesis 6:14. Cypress or cedar. Some Bible verses translate the term gopher wood as cypress and cedar. And also the impossible choice of these. A stern, conduction, high typical rudder. Long protrusions around fingernails. You know what's really cool is when you come up here, you can see up. See the decks. Wow. Huh. It's something else. Shadow Lifetime Boarding Pass owners. Rock measures Harlington View. The next one is approximately 1.8 million cubic feet large enough to contain 450 semi trailers. Wow. Day 1, day 2, day 3.
What I like about these people, man, is the businesses. They're not, like trying to make money, They're sticking to the Bible.
$60 a pop. Yeah. Might be trying to make a little money. It doesn't actually say the word rib in Hebrew. It just says curved bone. Some people believe it could be another bone, like the hip bone, or another bone.
I remember I was in college, University of Florida. I guess I was a freshman and we were studying evolution. Somebody in the class asked her, man had one less rib than women, And the professor looked at me and said, well, why would you ask that question?
Don't they?
Huh?
Don't they?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I thought they did. But it doesn't actually say rib, though. I didn't know that until recently.
Well, I was wondering, you got one less chromosome or whatever it is.
I was expecting something more rustic and less finished,
So this is where they kept the big animals in Noah's Ark. You got a carrot. Feeding that thing a carrot. Probably better to go on the other side. So, and he's feeding through that thing. You know? It's pretty interesting.
tight quarters. Little alligators. This thing is massive. And these are bigger right here, like oxen.
I want to read you this, man.
Divine judgment, huh?
Males have only one maternal X chromosome, but females have both a maternal X chromosome and a potential X chromosome. Something like that. Chromosome. So in other words, they have one more, which could account for the fact that
That's true. That's true. That could be right.
We think maybe a chromosome would be on the rib.
You could, I mean, it doesn't say rib, so that's kind of neat. Look at this.
Kind of an elongated bone or something. Chromosome would be interpreted that way.
I mean, nobody would have any idea what a chromosome was back then, so well, they could probably call it something like that.
There's a difference between male and female.
No, I know. No, what I'm.
You know, it would be a lot slower if there were people here, you know? Giants.
Yeah, it's a giant.
There's the dinosaur. There's the crowd. It's a man to man. I don't think it was. Maybe it was animals.
Look, they had coliseums where you fought T-Rexes.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, this is.
and look at the giant. There's a giant.
Yeah.
They go for the Nephilim thing.
Yeah. Well, the Nephilim. I told you they called the ones in the Kill Country in Hebron the Nephilim.
Yeah.
After when the spies went into the land, so that was after the flood.
Well, they clearly have an idea about the Nephilim in this one.
Yeah, there you go, giants.
Yeah, it's a giant. They do thing with the snake god. I guess because the serpent, you know.
That's made up.
Yeah, they got the serpent god, like
Is this the Tower of Babel or what? No.
No, that was after the flood, wasn't it?
Imagine godless word, full of sorrow, full of disease.
So imagine the godless world, full of sorrow, full of disease, full of bloodshed, full of death. That's exactly what we live in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to imagine that.
Serpent god. See, they got the giants. There was giants on the earth in those days. See, Grandpa, there's the giants. You know? There's metalworking. I don't know. Cain murdered Abel. God banished Adam and Eve from the garden. A substitute. So they were sacrificing dinosaurs. Oh no, maybe those are goats. Curse the serpent. I guess we went the wrong way because I know. We missed this part and I wanted to look at it.
Yeah. There's your tree, Dad. That's it. That's what they say the tree is. I think the serpent looked like a snake. I don't think so.
It doesn't say, yeah.
No, because he cursed the serpent to crawl on his belly.
Yeah. Why would it be a snake?
That wasn't the.
It doesn't actually say the word rib in Hebrew. It just says curved bone.
tight quarters. Little alligators. This thing is massive. And these are bigger right here, like oxen. Those would be dangerous. They eat through the wood. The raptors.
Hippos. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know,
This is
stegosaurus.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
it's just not.
And look at the sloths. Giant sloths. The three-toed or... Yeah. Sloths. So that's the original dog and the original cat. That doesn't look like a dog. It looks like a mongoose rat. Maybe panda.
Commonly promoted as the driving force of knowledge is demand. Evolution, natural selection cannot bring about the change required to turn one kind of creature into another.
Yes, they
Selection
can.
is only able to act on pre-existing features, and contrary to popular belief, it cannot create new ones. Sorry, do you have the ball?
Home grid.
You could have, moths that turn white from black, but moths aren't going to be birds. So,
Evolution can believe that the world is destroyed and all the creatures just being brought together. Really all the
Here, Dad, the animal care.
Hey guys, how are you all? Where are y'all from?
he and I are from Greenville.
We're
We grew up in
originally
Miami, though. He's from Miami.
Miami? I went to Miami
Oh, yeah?
back in 93-ish. I went there, I think it was 92, 93.
Hurricane Andrew?
When was the hurricane?
92.
93.
Okay.
Were you there?
Okay, so
Were you there, Nancy?
I came in the spring with a group from Habitat for Humanity and worked in Homestead.
Oh, that's right. That's where I live.
Really? Cool. So back then, we came down, and I never had really worked in framing and all that, and I learned how to do all that kind of stuff.
Huh. That's interesting.
No, they came in the spring. Look at the big trunks. More cages. It's amazing how big this place is. It's amazing how big it is.
Have you seen my football plan? I can't find it anywhere.
Yes, I saw it. God sent to bring all the animals, not all the plants.
Oh, I know, not all the plants. Don't forget.
That's the spooky animal encounter.
Little thing for animals.
I guess it's not.
This is like their bedroom. You know, Dad?
See, this is
How many
the,
animals are on
that's the globe, Dad. That looks like that's the globe.
Yeah, definitely.
There are about 1,400 kinds of animals on the Ark. And this works out to be fewer than 7,000 animals. I don't remember the exact numbers. I put my son Shem in charge of keeping track of those details. He's always been good with animals. Wanted to train them.
This is how they kept records then?
Best of all
could know read and write?
Writing.
I mean, where do they know what?
Huh?
How would they even know what writing looked like back then?
But
And they had a wood building part.
that's good. They got metal.
Metallurgy. Here's your metal working, Dad. Got a furnace.
Righteous man, preacher.
The ripe age of 500. But how would they have petroleum if the dinosaurs were hadn't died? You know.
Good question, man. Don't know. Could be.
You know why? Because
Pitch was
because
available because no one didn't say what's pitch.
they actually don't. The scientists actually don't really think that it was made by dinosaurs anymore, or any. It's like naturally made by the
I
earth.
mean, it was plants too under pressure.
Or this is kind of cool.
Yeah. Documenting the event.
Yep, getting it all documented. It's something else, man. It's cool.
Exhibits all the way around. This is the third deck. There's just not very many people here. It's raining. This is kind of a cool living quarters. This is what's shown.
Fruits that grew in a basket. Vegetables. And this is where she made bread. She had lots of fruit. Garlic.
Seedlings. Look at that. This is where they cook. Prep. That's great.
Eating and meeting. Snapping green beans. Green beans would probably be definitely something they'd grow on the Ark.
Ham, though, you know?
This is him.
Where is he?
Oh, where is he? Yeah, he's he got punished. There's Noah. Bird cages, eagles, and this is the parrots, you know. Look, there's the Ice Age, Dad. That definitely didn't happen.
I read that book before.
Yeah?
He was saying that right after the flood that came the Ice Age, so there was a lot of totally different world that they came into, you know. And those people,
Right after the flood, they had the Ice Age? You said right after the flood, there was the Ice Age?
because the flood, you know, brought a lot of heat, and you know, then a term that they developed called megasequence. So it's always local, it's always not very widespread, and it's always, you know.
Yeah.
They also said that in the Grand Canyon, some of the layers are flipped.
That's what it should look like it was a million years old. This is what it does look like. I'm saying that there's no erosion in the layers, but if they're set millions of years apart of each other, there'd be erosion, not, you know, distinct lines. So what's the positive part of that? Tension.
You know what else they destroyed?
The thing that impressed me up there is this kind of picture. It's almost a straight line.
Yeah,
flat.
This one moves kind of crazy.
This is what you see. It's kind of
Straight horizons.
That could be anything but what
Yeah, it's saying that, you see this? It's saying that if it was bent over millions of years, it would have been cracking, and there would have been breaks in the rock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't look like that, where they're all consistent and go in the same direction.
Rapidly deposited rock.
Oh, well, the oceans came in 2 or 3 times in a millions
Yeah.
and millions of years.
Like it was like 180,000
So
years
which
ago.
was it? The Colorado River cutting out the Grand Canyon, or the oceans coming in there? I mean, really,
Well, the river was there before the oceans, and it stayed there after.
yeah, maybe, but
Decided not.
the ocean would have caused all kinds of stuff. Well, you-
Yeah, I mean, you think the ocean would get rid of the river, but it still stayed there.
Yeah, and there's no sediment deposits in the river.
Yeah.
So where did all the sediment go when it carved it out? I guess the oceans took it away.
Yeah. And they decided to lay the crustaceans in one direction too. while it was doing that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty smart ocean.
Yep. I mean, the only thing that's in the Grand Canyon is fish, sea creatures. The only thing. I mean, there's not a lot of anything else. So, and there are literally billions of fossils in the Grand Canyon, and they're all sea creatures, or 95% are sea creatures.
Yeah. There it is.
See, this is the Ice Age right here.
The truth is that the annual rings from an ice core in Antarctica, as Mr. Nye seemed to imply. The counting of these layers is actually done on the Greenland ice cores, and those cores show about 110,000 layers. It's true that the area where the plains were discovered receives much more snow today than the central region of Greenland where the ice cores were taken from. But the conditions during the ice age that followed the flood would have led to heavier and more frequent snowfalls throughout Greenland. The amazing story of the Lost Squadron shows us that these are not annual rings. Once again, we see that observable, testable, and repeatable science contradicts the secular belief in millions of years and confirms the truth recorded in Scripture. The storm. Now, they were running low on fuel, so the pilots
No one
were making
denies that
emergency
climate's
landings
changed,
on
but
ice
man,
in remote areas of Greenland. All of the pilots survived and
rising
rescued 6 days
temperatures.
later. The planes were eventually discovered in
The
the
average
1980s
worldwide
under
temperature.
250 feet of snow and ice. Amazingly enough, an expedition figured out how to bore a giant hole in the ice and bring up one of the P-38's P-5Ps. That plane, now known as Glacier, has been repaired and was in Florida,
Hello.
Kentucky, New Jersey in 2007. Now, while the details
Hello.
of this real-life adventure are fascinating, there's one crucial point that's often overlooked.
Hey, how you
Those
doing?
planes were found under more than 250 feet of ice, less than 50 years after they landed.
I'm good. I'm still at the Ark, walking around looking at all this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting. I like it a lot. Yeah. It's very interesting stuff. Yeah. I'm actually talking to you while I'm recording. I'm talking to you while I'm filming with the camera. So this is going to be on the documentary my dad makes of the Ark. So you're in the Congratulations, you're in the documentary. You made the cut.
Three-dimensional image of creating, starting the tower.
But yeah. Here, wait. Let me just say hi to the documentary. To everybody watching.
So, should I say hi to the documentary?
Yeah, say hi to everybody watching and the documentary itself as if it was its own thing.
Hi to everybody watching the documentary.
See?
Well, that's Abraham.
Now everybody's gonna know. Now you're a part of it.
This is Canaan, that's, the Canaanites, and this is...
Yeah. Yeah, that's really interesting.
Be fruitful and multiply. It's like a three-dimensional image of them creating, starting the tower.
Wait, let me just say hi to the documentary. His first kid, right?
Yeah, and then they had 2 more. I mean, they didn't have 300 kids.
Yeah, not all of them did, and
Yeah,
neither did
exactly.
Adam.
Well, Adam probably had a lot of, it said he had more children. But, they focus on 3 kids that Adam had, okay? But obviously, he had to have a lot.
Yeah. Technology is practical application of knowledge. People assume since ancient cultures lacked their technology achievements, they must have been exceptionally inferior. However, the ability to build a computer or smartphone does not make a person more intelligent than Albert Einstein. Isaac Newton. Yeah, it's just pyramids. It's about Machu Picchu or something. Societies are consistent with the balance and people scattered from bringing their all the different Ark myths. Gilgamesh has one. That's pretty interesting. Different. It's funny. It's a terrible idea. Noah's Ark rode the waves well. We're just chilling in the boat. Dinosaurs. And That's great. See, that's the Epic of Gilgamesh, the worst designed ship ever. And you got, I don't even know what that is. We didn't put all those animals on the canoe, that's for dang sure. Giant raft. This is the table. It's pretty interesting. I mean, that might have done the trick, but I feel like that would toss people around way worse than some of those other ones. Let's see what it says. Sink or swim. Ark would survive the global flood. Alright. Which ark? Let's see which one. This is obviously you ain't doing. Come on, like you don't even have to make a video for that one. That's just gonna. Alright, we need a video for this one. The box, the cube. Okay, let's go. I'm going all day. Let's see. This thing, the no survivors, all the animals dead. Bam. This one, it's like a video game. This one, boom, smashed, gone. Alright, let's ride the waves with the circle one, the plate. It's doing alright, doing alright. Up, turned over, everybody's dead. The box. What you gonna do? Epic goes Gilgamesh. That's nope, all dead. So that's pretty interesting. So I'll never again destroy all of which I have made.
I got the English.
A rainbow?
Yeah. They got the Bible in translations in the next rooms and all of the.
Really? Did you see the different arcs throughout the world there?
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Wow. Ezra.
Ezra was the Babylonian prophet. Came back with the first group.
Over the centuries that followed, the Bible has spread across the world through its translation into over 1,300 different languages, with new translations beginning all the time.
The Bible has played an enormous role in the shaping of lives of untold millions of people.
Today, you can engage with the Bible in the language of your choice. A book of all books.
Brought to you by Museum of the Bible. Enormous role in the shaping of lives of untold millions of people.
Today, you can engage with the Bible in the language of your choice.
I think I figured out how to do it. Just don't move the hand, only move the...
Yeah, that's a good way.
Yeah. Look at that thing. Catholic. Catholic, obviously.
In the 16th century, it was illegal to translate and even own an English Bible. Rogers took up Tyndale's task and compiled Tyndale's English translation of the New Testament with Coverdale's translation of most of the Old Testament. When this English Bible was published in 1537, the attribution read, translated by Thomas Matthews? Historians concluded it was likely a pseudonym for Tyndale, his name still far too dangerous in 1537 when the version was completed. Engage with the Bible, this book for which many have died to preserve.
Brought to you by Museum of the Bible.
You know, just about 50 years later was the King James Bible. You know, 1609.
Yeah.
So,
Today we take for granted hearing the words.
I mean, it must have been...
there's some stuff, you know, that makes it, you know, like superfluity.
Yeah.
Like,
A gifted translator and linguist, Cambridge educated, he quickly began learning the Massachusetts Algonquian language to speak in the dialect of the tribes that occupied the New England territory. He printed his Algonquian translation of the New Testament in 1661, the first Bible printed in America. 2 years later, in 1663, Eliot's complete Bible of the Old and New Testaments in Algonquian were published. John Eliot's Bible not only brought the New Testament to the Algonquian people, it also documented and created a written language, one which did not exist before the Eliot Indian Bible was published.
well, you know why? They didn't need the English because everybody had a King James Bible, you know, in those days. That was the Bible. So,
You know, I didn't know that Noah had all this extra room for all these exhibits on the ark.
yeah.
You know,
You know,
that's pretty crazy. This isn't working. And I feel like I'm missing the whole story. It's like they're drinking and they get in the car and there's a car crash. Is this like a real story? They're both in the hospital. Hey, you guys got it. Okay. There's a miracle. Yeah, so I guess there's like a whole story going on here that I've missed. She got all this. I feel like somebody probably put a lot of work into that story and I didn't even really read it. But I filmed it, so future generations. So, oh, that's kind of cool. Where's Grandpa? Well, this video's gone on long enough.
How can we live in sin, knowing He died to free us from the chains within our soul? Let us give the Lord control of all the things that quickly bind us, and walk no longer in darkness. We belong to Him. We belong to Him. We crucified right by His side, bought with a price through one sacrifice. We belong to Him. Now is the time to understand that sin has no reign on us. The power of life in Jesus Christ has made us free from the ways of death.